Hello, world. My name is Ashley Collins, aka The Onto Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. I just realized I didn't put any lotion on, so try not to look at my hands. I was gonna wait to make this video because it makes me a little nervous, and I know that I'm definitely I'm gonna try not to, but I know that I'm gonna cry at some point. But I had a dream last night. It's not an inspirational Martin Luther King kind of thing, but so let me give you some backstory. I do have a father, but he's not with us. Not as in like he abandoned us, but he passed away. And I have no memory of him. I was 2 years old when it happened. And I get told all the time, you're just like him, how everyone loved him, how he was so protective. And yeah, so last night I had a dream about him. Obviously we have pictures of him all throughout the house, but I was also told that he was very tall, and it looked just like him. And you know, have you ever had those dreams where you feel like it's real, but then at one point you're like, oh, this is a dream and I don't want to go? Like my family tells me, he was tall. He looked like my little brother. And he was so funny. He was so cool. We were like just hanging out like we were best friends. And like I said, I had that realization, that Alice in Wonderland moment where it's like, you're gonna have to wake up at some point. And I'm like, I don't want to. What's the point? My point is, I want to talk about what it's like not having a father. I'm sure you've seen some videos talking about how important father figures are. And, my boyfriend and I watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia all the time. We rewatch like the same 10 episodes all the time, and it's always so funny. I don't know how they do that. But do you remember the episode, spoilers, where Dee gets pregnant? And they're trying to figure out who the father is, and they're like, none of these guys should be the father. And then they're like, you know what? I'll be the dad. I'll be the father. And I want to say that one of my issues with dating has been looking to guys to father me in a way, not in a perverted way, not in a role play way. God, get your mind out the gutter, guys. But I realized the other day that just because you're not my biological father doesn't mean you haven't been a father figure in my life. And the number one thought that comes to my mind is my uncles. All of my uncles have been father figures in my life, and I didn't appreciate it until recently. They're always looking out for me, always lecturing me, which is always like, who do you think you are? You're not my dad. You know what I'm saying? And also, I was realizing the other day, it's not only my blood relatives who have been father figures in my life, but also my friends, my coaches, my teachers have been father figures in my life. And some of you who are watching right now, I do consider you a father figure. The men who are like, if that guy hurts your feelings one more time, I'm gonna come and punch him in the nose. Or the guys who are like, hey Ashley, did you eat today? Or the guys who are like, hey Ashley, did you work out today? Or the guys who are like, I'll stay on the phone with you while you walk home in the dark. And maybe I figured this out way too late in life, and I hope that this is helpful to you. But just because you don't have a biological, I mean, you do have a biological father, we're not asexual. you got here by the birds and the bees, you know? But just because your biological father is not in your life doesn't mean that there aren't father figures who care about you. And you can ask them questions and they can help you. and they care about you. And I'm so thankful, especially recently with this whole health scare. How many of the men that I consider father figures in my life were like, are you okay? What can I do to help? The father figures who see me walking in the rain, who are like, get in the car. You're not walking in the rain. That happened recently. Okay. Whew, okay. Now I'm gonna get a little ugly. Nick Cannon, Zion Williamson, and these other hoes are so irresponsible with their children. Just because you can repopulate the fucking earth, there's not a pandemic right now. Why can't you be responsible? Because you're not going to be there 24/7. And I know that what you're thinking, there's no way that you're going to be there 24/7 because they have school and you have to go to work, etc., etc. But you shouldn't have 20 kids with 15 different women. That's so irresponsible. And where are the men in their lives telling them, bro, chill out. What the fuck are you doing? And maybe I'm being irrational, but in my mind, if I was a child, I would think to myself, does daddy even love me? Am I not special to him? Did he not want me? And I don't know, maybe I'm going 0 to 100 way too fast, but that's something that I would think. But then also, you know me, I'm very insecure. Why are men like Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan, Mike Tyson demonized? They're called, we love to throw around the word toxic masculinity. Why are they demonized while we praise Zion Williamson, we praise Nick Cannon, but Joe Rogan is dangerous, but Andrew Tate is dangerous? When they're simply saying, hey, it's okay to have feelings, it's okay to hurt, it's okay to cry, but also at the same time, simultaneously, man up. Because that's your role, that's your responsibility. And like I said, it's totally okay to have feelings. It's totally okay to feel things. But at the same time, you are put here on this earth to be a protector, to be a provider, to be the muscle. If you want to see the future of the, let me say that again. If you want to see the future of a country, look at its advertising. That's something that Mike Tyson said recently. And look what we're advertising in America. We're advertising for pro-weakness. We're advertising for people to be lazy. We're advertising that you're fine the way you are, which I've said before in a video, but excuse me for repeating myself, but you're not fine the way that you are. And if someone tells you that, if you think that there's something wrong with you, that's so easy. That's so easy because there's such easy ways to fix that. Like, for example, I think I know that I'm way too thin right now. So what am I doing? Eating while simultaneously still exercising. That you are adjustable. You are fixable. You aren't broken, just bent. I hate to sound cheesy and quote a song, but it's true. It's also like we're treating ourselves. What was I listening to today? Where they're talking about these parades and how like they wave at the parades like a Miss America pageant, right? And it's like you already treat yourself like a celebrity and you want people to bow down to you. You haven't earned that. Oh, changing the subject just a little bit. I want to talk about the writers' strike right now and why it's happening. Streaming. So before, back in the olden days with VHS, let's say that a writer was given an assignment, and let's say that they want the production to start in 9 months, and they're like, I'm going to give you 6 months to write the script. Cool. Straight. Awesome. Now with streaming, Netflix, your Hulu, your Amazon Prime, they want everything immediately, right? So they want they want to start shooting in 3 months. I'm going to give you a month to write the script. What? I can barely write something in 1 day. You're going to give me a month to write? And then the director's like, that's fine. If you can't write it in a month, I'll get chat GPT, GQ, whatever, to do it for me. I'll get a bot to do it for me since you can't do it fast enough and you can't do it good enough. And I know I can trust AI. I know that they'll do it right the first time. That's why the writer's strike is happening right now, because they're like, not only you're not giving me enough time, also you're not giving me enough money, because during that 6-month period I'm getting paid. You're only going to pay me for 1 month. And then also at the same time they're like, you can't replace me with a bot. Yeah, I just wanted to rant about that for a hot second, because I don't think that it's very fair. But also at the same time, I don't think it's going to work. Because I don't have to pay a robot. Which is sad. And it's scary. But also it's like, that human connection, you see so many times, or maybe like it's just my algorithm, but like you'll see that the writers will be on set, right? And then the actor will be like, I don't think my character would say this. And the writer will be like, cool, we could change that right now. You have that human connection, you have that dialogue, as opposed to with AI. AI is going to be like, yes, they do. Say the lines. And let's not talk about how replaceable actors are going to be soon. Let's not talk about that yet. I want to rant about something for a hot second. I was talking to someone the other day, and they called me, and I was like, hey, what's up? And they're like, why do you talk like that? You can be real with me. And I'm like, this is how I talk. I know that I talk like a child. And then they said, no, you talk white. You don't have to talk white with me. And I'm like, this is how I talk. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And then they also said, the reason why my life is falling apart is because I date white men. And I was like, okay, well, I gotta go. I gotta, this medicine I'm taking, I'm so tired. My ex was white. My current boyfriend right now is biracial. And I think that that's so disrespectful. Because even though my ex and I had, we had our bickerings, but he still treated me well. My current boyfriend right now, we have our bickerings. But at the end of the day, he's always there for me. He's always providing for me. And I think that that's so disrespectful. And frankly, I don't want to use the R word, but I think that that's so racist. And why are black people so racist towards white people? Oh, but you'll stick your nose at them for a job, won't you? You'll kiss their ass for a job, won't you? Don't you have white friends? And if you don't, how can you be biased towards who you consider a friend based off of their race? God. Okay. Oh, God, I have to hurry up. I have to go to a job interview. Okay. Did you know that they're going to make a Mufasa movie, a live action movie about Mufasa, even though we know what fucking happens at the end, right? Do you remember straight to video movies like Aladdin 2 or Lady and the Tramp 2? Those were, it was a genius strategy, because Disney knew that, okay, we're not going to fill the theaters with these films, but let's just go straight to video because it'll be kind of nostalgic for our viewers, and it worked. Actually, Aladdin King of Thieves was actually kind of good. I wouldn't have paid to see it in theaters, but that was kind of good, you know. And at some point, Hollywood is going to run out of things to remake. At some point, Disney is going to run out of things, to remake into live action or remaking. Oh, I heard that they're gonna fucking remake. What's is it called The Leprechaun? The horror movie? I heard that they're remaking that, and it's like, are you just gonna remake everything? Are you gonna remake the Titanic? Are you gonna remake the Godfather? You better fucking not. You're gonna run out of stuff. Don't you want new, unique ideas? Sorry if I keep stuttering. I keep biting my tongue. I bit the fuck out of my tongue when I had that seizure, and it's still healing, which is like, it makes eating so unpleasant, because it's like I eat from this side of my mouth, so like I'm having to adjust to eat on this side, and but yeah, at some point Hollywood is gonna, can't you just give us new, unique stories now? And don't say, oh, we don't have any. Yes, you do. I learned the other day that the first astronaut, the first person of color astronaut in space was a Cuban. I would have never learned that. Why don't you make a film about his life? You know? How hard it is to be him. So there is a trans TikToker who made a video the other day, or was it last week, talking about how hard it is to be a man. Born a woman, transitions to a man, saying how no one will listen to them. They feel closer being around women, and it's like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, guys. So if I say something incorrect, please feel free to correct me. But I think that he was saying, were saying how it's easier to get women to listen. And something that I discovered is, or not discovered, something that I believe is that teenage girls are mean. Teenage girls are bullies. You know what I'm saying? Even now as an adult, when I talk to a teenage girl, I'm like, that was really mean. That hurt my feelings, you know? But as we grow older, some of us, not all of us, start to become more compassionate, more understanding, more listening, you know? The majority of all of my female friends, that would be weird if I had a child female friend. Well, no, I consider my niece my friend. But all of my friends obviously are my age, and I love them so much because they're such great listeners. The job interview that I had last week turned out to be a pyramid scheme, and I called my homegirl, and I was just yelling and screaming and crying, and she just listened. And I think that's what's great about older women. They just listen. Like I said, some of us, not all of us. But and I think that with men are very short. Like, how do I want to put this? Like, the fact that you guys will just walk into the room and just say what's up to each other and sit down and sit in silence and not say anything to each other, but just stare at the TV and play video games, I think it's very odd. You know? Like, when was the last time that you hugged your homeboy? You know what I'm saying? I've slept in the same bed as my homegirls, and we cuddled, you know, like, not in like a sexual way. Get your mind out the gutter. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I understand, after watching that video, I understand now what you guys mean that by no one cares about men's feelings. No one cares about men's mental health. I understand now. And I know some of you guys enjoy it. Some of you guys enjoy, you know, going out on your boat fishing by yourself. I understand that. But also at the same time, I understand why you run to women to listen to you. Oh, I skipped over that. I'll just put that in the caption because I don't want to go back. Something else that they said was, they miss being a woman because they miss what it feels like to have someone want to hug us. I understand that some women are envious of each other. Mainly, primarily because of the way that we look, our looks. I mean, I'm definitely jealous of who's an attractive, all of them. You know, I'm definitely jealous of like Jennifer Lawrence. You know, like it's so funny. We'll be watching TV and attractive girls will come on and I'm like, what you looking at? You know, because it's like the other woman is competition, you know. But at the end of the day, I do believe women are more open about our emotions, and we're allowed to be more open towards our emotions, if that makes sense. Okay, let me wrap this up so I can go to this job interview that, like I said, might be a pyramid scheme. Happy Father's Day to the fathers out there. It's so funny. I'll hear stories from guys being like, man, my dad was so hard on me growing up. And it's like, and then later on in life, some learn this, some don't, but they're like, man, I'm so glad my dad was hard on me. And happy Father's Day to those of you who I can consider a father figure. And thank you. And I hope that you know that it's appreciated by the right women. And I'm sorry if some of us can be catty and cunts and shit like that. But never stop. Never stop. And ladies, never stop listening. Because you never know who just needs an ear. Right? They don't need advice or anything like that. They just need an ear. They just need to yell. And they shouldn't have to be afraid to come to you. Okay. That's it. Made this video way too long. I told myself I was going to make this at least 15 minutes and it's gone over. Lied to myself. Ciao. Oh, have a good barbecue for me if you are going to barbecue this weekend. It's so funny that fathers want to barbecue for themselves on Father's Day. And it's like, okay, that's fine. I'm still going to eat it though. You know, you make the best barbecue. I saw something the other day that said, men are actually the better cooks. And I'm like, that's true. That's true. Like, have you ever tasted female barbecue? That was sexist. Oh, this is going to get flagged now. Bye.